Good morning to the people on the NA side, like it is for me. So I get to wake up and we have a free 1500 metajoules that everyone's going to be able to claim. So this is going to be really good in terms of rerolling. Now in this video, I'm going to touch up a bit on the currency we get in this game. Then I'm going to transition into a bit of rerolling. And I want to finish off by talking a bit on leveling up. Currently I'm level 27, but I just think people may have the wrong idea about leveling up. And it's fair because usually other games don't lock you like this game does. But let's start with the metajoules and end on that conversation. So for being number one in what is it, the free downloads, they're and on Steam, which is really cool. They're giving out 1500 metajoules, and as we know, 1500 metajoules is going to be a free multi. And now people who have been complaining, maybe if they want to restart a reroll, then now they can. And why that is because now you're gonna have some currency for Joker. Now, is it going to be a lot easier? No. Now, the main reason is because it's only a multi, so you're not exactly going to have a lot of currency for Joker, but some people who do want to reroll are now in a much better position to actually do that. So that's definitely something to consider. But I think by now, most people are settling in, and there's no really need to reroll at this point. I mean, I've already said from the beginning, even in my reroll guide, the first thing I was saying is that you don't need to reroll, right? Now, one thing that I need to make clear is that people are like, oh, how are you going to get guaranteed Joker? Well, in my video yesterday, I was talking about how you could get over 200 pulls in the next like 30-ish days. And obviously some are going to be restricted and all that, but we just got a new 1500 that I didn't even count in there. So getting 160 pulls by the end of it, if you have to hard pity, that's if you hard pity, which not everyone will, and most people won't, right? Some of you guys are only going to do 100 pulls. You're going to be able to get Joker by the end of his banner for sure, right? And anyway, in terms of rerolling, remember, all you really want to go for on the like beginner banner is try to unfeature Yao Ling, and then on the guarantee, you probably will pick Mona or on, right? Those are the three like 5 stars that are really usable and used right now. So for rerolling, it's gonna be a bit easier, and I think that's honestly pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe they'll give more in the future. We'll have to see maybe if we hit top grossing. But the problem is so many people are playing on Steam. I think it's been staying at a solid like 40,000 players playing, which is really fucking good. Like Wuthering Waves is doing, I think on Steam, maybe like 20K, but they do have a dedicated launcher, which I also personally use. So it's a bit of a different case, but 40,000 on Steam is really, really good. And it's very active on Twitter. Like tweets are blowing up. So I mean, it is definitely very nice. Now, if it isn't clear, metajoules, you're going to be using them on Joker's banner. Just to kind of reiterate, right? Joker is very good. He is definitely someone that everyone's going to want. His ult is super strong, and then also his skill 3. Like, sometimes I use my ult, and then it gets them low enough, then I use my skill 3, and then his skill 3 again. So it's actually really fun how Joker works. He's going to get a lot of AoEs in, and is definitely someone you're going to want. Now, does he fall off later? Yes. But who doesn't from global launch when there's been 14, almost 15 months since CN's been up, right? So it's like you don't want to completely base your account off of what's going to happen a year from now, right? You also want to have fun, and you're going to have enough currency to get Joker, and literally you're probably after Joker going to save for a whole fucking month. That's the thing. You might deadass be saving after Joker once you pull him for a month. So you're going to be fine. And even better, you don't even need to summon on the weapon banner. So I would even save my weapon pulls, but I'm going to make a dedicated video on that. But tallying this up, you're going to start getting a lot of currency. That's the main thing. And definitely log in and do your pulls right now. If you're not trying to do a reroll, do your pulls right now. I mean, I'm not saying people should do a reroll, but I know some people seeing that 1500 are going to restart rerolls. And you might be like, that's crazy. And I would respond to you saying, I know, but does it happen? Yes, it does. Yes, it actually does happen. And I'm not joking. People are going to see that 1500 and then they're going to get right back into trying to get a Yao Ling and Joker account. So that's basically going to be it for the rerolling section. But now I do want to touch up on this. So Traces of Dreams requires you to get to level 30, right? And people are like, oh, but how do I do this? And there's obviously, okay, well, I mean, we could just talk about the ways, and then I'll talk about the rest. So the first way is really doing side missions, side quests, right? Side quests are very quick. Honestly, what you could do is what I've been doing. Some of them that I'm like, I don't really give a fuck about. You just click. You just infinitely click, right? until you're done. And it's going to take like 5 minutes, not even. And that's going to give you 2000 XP. That's the way number one. Way number two is going to be through the loophole plans, because this is actually XP, right? So trying to clear as many as you can is very important. And then look, when you clear the main step, it's going to give you 500 XP. So being able to do that also is good. And this one, I guess it doesn't, but that's fine, because look how much XP you're going to get from this. So making sure you're doing loopholes business plan is also very important. And then, of course, the best way to get XP is this. This is going to give you what? I think 9,000 XP a day. So just imagine, that's like pretty much a level every single day, I think still. Yeah, look at that. Like the minute daily resets, I'm getting an extra level tonight. So that's going to be good. And then the last way, as people know, let me leave this place, is going to be using your stamina. So those are the main ways, right? So we're going to show them right now. Those are the main ways. And, I have to probably start doing something for my stamina. But, you're not going to have a super, like, crazy amount of ways to get stamina. It's not something that's, like, locking you, right? And, for example, me being at level 27 is also predicated on the fact that I'm using stamina potions, because there's just so many. Like I'm getting so many from being a spender, right? I think for like 15 bucks in total, I got an extra 20. So I have a lot more than you guys. So there's a lot more leniency that I have in terms of using them, because then later on, I'm still going to be able to have so many to use when we have to start grinding gear. So for me personally, it's very much a thing where I'm just stacking up on Konpaku gems, because that's like the main resource that I'm like, okay, we're probably later on, as per usual in games, that's when later on we're gonna need Konpaku gems a lot more, because that's like your gold currency. So I'm just stacking up on that and getting up my level through that. I basically am trying to do everything, right? Those are like the main ways to really level up. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but just in case someone didn't know, I do think people being confused about why I'm level 27, or like how it's mainly just like stamina refreshes and doing everything. You really have to do everything. But even doing everything is not going to guarantee you that level 30, because, as for me, I'm level 27, and that's with maybe a good solid 10 refreshes. And could you maybe be a bit higher than me? It's probable. It's definitely probable. I mean, I could maybe get to level 30 right now if I max refreshed all my 36 and then maybe up to 40 with jewels. But for right now, that's basically the max, like around 27, right? You could probably be higher if you're refreshing more. But overall, just wanted to make a quick video, kind of get everyone up to base, talking about the meta jewels, and then further talking about my levels, right? Let me know if you're gonna reroll. I don't even think it's necessary. If I'm being real, you don't need to, but I'm looking in a pretty good spot right now. I'm gonna be closing in on 4 multis already for limiteds, and we've got another, I think, 2 weeks until the next unit. But I'm only gonna probably summon for Marion, if I'm even summoning at all, because once Marion leaves, we're able to use all these pulls and then hope we get her on the unfeatured. So I might skip Yui and Marion and just get them when well, get Marion specifically, because Yui is a limited. Get Marion when she ends 2 weeks later. So we'll see about that. But that's basically going to be the end of the video. I'll see how I handle this. I spent about 300, but that was basically just to create my launch, like set up the base of my account. And now, I mean, I have Yao Ling, so I would say it was worth it. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know what you think about the 1500. Are you going to reroll? And also, what's your current level at? Where are you at? Let me know. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching this video.